Ba 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 baran. Ba 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 baran. Oh ba 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 baran. Ba 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 baran. Ba 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 baran. You got me rocking and rolling, rocking.
Hello everyone, this is JPO back for another vlog, and this will be my BronyCon 2018 vlog. Now, I don't know how long this vlog is gonna be. Honestly, every time I say, oh, it's not gonna be too long, it's not gonna be over an hour, it turns out that it's not gonna be an hour, it's actually gonna be 2 hours, so I'm not gonna predict how long it's gonna be, so it is what it is. It's whatever length this video is. Most likely long, but hey, who cares? Anyway, so yeah, today's Thursday. The day before BronyCon. This is pre-registration day where I go in and get my badge, which I have gotten my badge. Normally I start the vlog before I go and get the badge, but I didn't plan things out, so yeah, I didn't do that. And normally every year I do a video inside the badge area to show the line and me getting my badge. I didn't do that because I actually forgot to bring my camera in. I thought, you know what? I don't normally use my camera here on this day, but I actually remembered, like, oh no, actually I do. I use it for my little vlog here. So yeah, that's fine. I got my badge, you know, lovely badge. I'm bringing back this little thing from last year. It's gonna be fine. Hopefully I get recognized this year. Probably not, but hopefully. Who knows? Yeah, Magma is here. Anyway, so when I went in, I bumped into Drummer Shy, said hi to him, talked a tiny bit. He's not going to be here this year. He was just saying hi to people as they went to go get their badges. And so yeah, he is doing his own thing, and it was nice to see him, you know, from after last year. So yeah, that was nice to catch up a tiny bit. I didn't mention Baloney's react to him. I had finished it. I forgot about it. I was like, oh wait, I should probably tell him. No, wait. If he doesn't bring it up, I'm not going to say anything either. Just let him watch it when it comes. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be BronyCon. I don't suspect to have any of my friends to show up. No FlameWolf, no Fenrir. Seriously, I don't think Fenrir's coming this time. I know he surprised us last year by showing up, but this year I don't think so, because last I saw on Facebook he was in a totally different country. So yeah, hopefully this will be a fun year for BronyCon. I don't expect it to be too much more exciting than most years. I think it's gonna be okay, although we do have scooter tricks for this year. Sadly, we don't have Ponies the Anthology, which is usually my favorite, but we'll see. There is some scheduling conflicts that I'm gonna think through with autographs and then getting into the hotel, so I don't know how this is gonna work. Hopefully I don't have to skip anything that I want to go and see, but I'm definitely going to Scooter Tricks. That should be fun. Anyway, I don't think there's really much left to say about BronyCon here. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I just wanted to start out by saying that as soon as I saw the line for opening ceremonies, I was scared that we would have a lot less people for this BronyCon. Just by looking at this short amount of line, we're very close to entering the room, and there's a lot less people than we normally have for an opening ceremony line. If you see my past videos, you know, you can see there's a lot more. People are having balloons, we're singing. We're still singing inside, it's enjoyable. I still enjoy a lot of the things we have here, and I forgot a lot about this as the con went on, but it did give me a scare at the beginning.
I'm Wolf beats.
So we would love to welcome you here to our fine event. Is this the first time we've done this? Feels like the first time. Or does it feel like it's like the 9th time, the 5th time, maybe the 5th? Well, welcome back, every Cody. So, I would like to see you guys. How many cutie markers do we have out here? Raise your hands, kids. No kids?
I think I see a few.
Well, I can like all kids are part. Kids, cheer for me! Woo! All right, Cutie Mark Crusaders. We have got the Crusaders Clubhouse. We would love to have you over there. I would love to see you guys at the costume contest, at karaoke, and I have a talent show on Sunday, so I want to see you guys there. Can I get some like noise? Awesome. All right.
And who's excited for the music this weekend? I come to see each and every one of you at BronyPalooza tonight and tomorrow night. It's gonna be amazing.
And I hope to see you all at the marketplace. Are you ready to watch? Make sure to visit all the artists there. All of them.
Well, almost, just almost, not all of them. No, visit all of them! Okay. So before we get too much further, we're gonna have our con chairs come on out and talk to you. Can we give a round of applause for them?
Good morning, Baltimore. I'm Sheva Goldberg. I'm your convention chair this year.
I'm Eliana Summers. I'm the vice chair. It's great to see all of you.
We have a very important question. How many of you are here for your very first BronyCon?
All right, now how many of you took a road trip to get here?
That's super exciting for us because we have some pretty special road trip themed events planned.
Oh yeah, but we'll tell you a little bit about them later. We'll let the anticipation build for now.
We have an absolutely incredible lineup this year. So for all of the many new faces in the crowd, you're going to get to experience some of the highlights of BronyCon, like BronyPalooza, the Grand Galloping Gala, hours and hours of awesome panels, and the special guests.
And then of course you've got other amazing things like our marketplace.
And my personal favorite for this year, brand new, we have a jam space where if you are a musician and you just want to hang out, come hang out and play music with us.
And then lastly, returning for the second time is the BronyCon Battlegrounds right near registration. If you want to go through a little obstacle course, feel free to bounce over there.
We have lots of other great stuff that we're super excited for you all to just walk around and discover.
Maybe a little nervous.
Maybe a little nervous, but we worked hard. We think you'll like what we have in store. I would love to bring our VIPs up on stage. All right, first up we have Bill Newton.
Second up, we've got Peter New.
more time, BronyCon.
What's up, guys? Over here. All right. Hi.
What's up? Thanks for having me. Glad to be here. BronyCon! Holy crap, it worked. Hey, everybody. I'm a little sweaty from my little run, but I'm really happy to be here. Are you guys a little sweaty from your sit? Woo!
Thank you all for those wise words. We also have, for the very first time at BronyCon, some fantastic community guests. Not all of them were able to join us for opening ceremonies, but I'd like to call up all of their names, and anyone who is here, please come up on stage. We have, first up, Dusty Cat. Trish. Silver Quill. The Lost Narrator. Magpie Pony. Bulldog Scribbler. Jesse Nowak. AC Racebus. And Saber Spark.
Hello, BronyCon! How are y'all doing? Oh my goodness, it's a sea of faces. It's fantastic. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for having us.
Hello, BronyCon! There are so many of you guys. Wow. I'm Lost Narrator, and I am just honored to be here. Thank you, guys. Hi, it's Magpie Pony. So good to see you guys here. And I know a certain someone who hates PDA. So with all of you watching, I want to do this.
Whatever I say is not going to be able to follow that properly.
Hi, everyone. I'm a Scribbler or Obaf Scribbler. Hi. You know, I am literally shaking at being up here right now, and staring out at you is kind of scary in a good way. I hope everybody's going to have an absolutely fantastic BronyCon, so be lovely to each other, and I'll pass the mic along.
Happy to be here. Yeah! That's pretty much all I got.
What is everybody? I got a joke for you all. Are you ready for this? Because I do improv, all right? What do you call a lame horse? Elmer. I hope we all have a wonderful weekend.
Now, okay, who didn't want us here because the doors were locked? And we were pounding, and nobody let us in. But we're here now. Continue. Somebody's got us.
All right, well, a big thank you to all of our VIPs and community guests, and take a look for them this weekend. They'll be around the convention. You can check the program, look for all of the details of what they'll be up to.
Stay where you are until 1 o'clock for our panel in this room, where there's nothing else to do until then anyways. Me, Amy, and Nick are gonna break down 3 of our scripts in great detail, so you should come and watch.
On YouTube based on My Little Pony, and
Go watch it.
It's fun. Yeah, and we're just gonna introduce ourselves. I'm Dizzy Fanatic 2364, the writer. I pretty much just made the whole thing.
She created an empire, essentially.
Basically. Hi, I'm Victoria, or VCM1824. I am one of the many artists that do the art for the audio drama. And fun fact, this was my very first My Little Pony project.
Hey there, True Sailor Comet here, and I play
Lightning Dash and Adele Scootaloo and the Evil Queen, Chrysalis.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a fun Friday morning. I'm Katie Patterson. I play the voices of Screwball, I play Apple Blossom, and as of the finale, I also play the voice of Fluttershy. Steve, I think we're missing somebody.
Hello, everyone! Thank you all for coming to my panel. I mean, it obviously has my name
Discord,
in it.
Discord, not that we're not happy to have you here, but I think we're looking for somebody else.
Terrible AC under there. Hello, everybody. I am Duolstinator, otherwise known as Thespio, and I am the voice of Discord. Excuse me, you little copycats. Who let you in here? I was the original. Well, I took your place and made it better.
We also have some other bride and daughter of Discord cast and crew members. If you could just stand up for a moment to give her
It started as an audio test for obvious reasons, and it just turned into like let's just play it every time. Give people an introduction to stupid. So, thanks for coming to SFM panel. Thanks for some of the patience. We had some technical issues, but thankfully I brought a second laptop. So, work laptop. Thankfully. So thanks for coming out to the SFM panel. Who here has been to the SFM panel before? Here? How many have been to two of them at BronyCon here? 3? 4? I don't even know if I've done 5. But that's really cool to see people coming out here constantly, some of the newcomers. I really appreciate that coming out here. I think this is 2018. So, I know. I don't know. But I know a lot of you are probably here for a very special video we're going to be showing today. Yeah, Lose Management 2. No, I'm just kidding. No, we will be showing doors. We're probably going to wait until just after 3 o'clock because some other panels are ending just in case anybody wanted to get over here. So I'll expect that in probably about 15 minutes. Until then, we're just going to sit in silence. So we can sometimes we need that. So no, Dolphin has a monologue. So instead we'll just start from the edge here and we'll just introduce ourselves, and then we each kind of have some stuff to show that might be new, might be upcoming new, and we'll kind of go from there.
How's everybody doing? Fantastic. I'm Yashu. I've been doing Source Filmmaker for about 3 years. I love you too, Dad. I've been doing Source Filmmaker for about 3 years now. I mainly use Source, of course, Source Filmmaker, Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects.
Something you're known for?
Lone Digger and MLP anime opening. Yeah, just those two.
There's plenty of other stuff, but it's the ones that people would know. I'm Argo Damon. I made that wonderful thing that I showed there. I've also made Remembrance, Leaving the Stable. Both videos that I premiered here at one point, which is always really, really cool. And I made others, I just can't remember it. The one that's playing in my phone just earlier, forgot about. So, yeah, I have something to show today. He's got some
work in progress
stuff, which is probably just as cool. And,
my name is Genma, and I make a lot of the animation cycles and sequence for SFM Ponies. I've been doing that for about, I would say about 2 years. I make about 60%. I 60% of it, 60% of it is animation cycles that are route SF and ponies, and the other 40% they're from other people. So I do a lot of the back end work, and I do some modeling and some rigging as well, and Blender as well. So.
And what he means by cycles is if somebody's gonna make like a pony walk, instead of having to literally animate every hoof move, the cycle is a downloaded separate file that is just, here's them walking, and you can import that in and then blend it in with everything else. Really saves time. Even I load cycles from other people all the time, and it saves me a boatload of time. So people like that really put the time into a resource that other people get to utilize is super useful for people. And you also do modeling stuff too.
Well, I'm starting, just slowly creeping in there.
Some of the newer models that have the animated eyes.
This is like scalable eyes, so you can basically change the eye posing. So there's more eye posing to the character and make it more, I guess, cartoonish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the stuff I'm working on, almost everything I'm working on currently is on stream, on Twitch. So if you want to show up, plugging, it'd be great. But otherwise, this is one that just came about because I wanted to make something stupid and bounced ideas off people on the stream, and it came up to whatever this is.
If there are any unicorns prettier than me, I will find them. I will follow them, and no one will ever see those unicorns again.
If you're not sure what to make, just grab TF2 audio. They had a deal, or some content or event a while back that had all of them wearing pony stuff, and it has unlimited audio to just manipulate to your wildest dreams. Did you have a flash drive then?
Oh yeah.
Did you have a flash drive?
I want to take this time to talk about the guests that I got to meet. Now, I once again, my policy is I don't show the autographs or the pictures I've taken of the VIP guests because I paid money for them. I will, however, show you pictures of community guests, and I'd like to talk about a few of them for a minute here. The first person I would love to talk about is Johnny Fireflame. I just heard about him coming to BronyCon 2 days before the event, and I was actually surprised. A few years back, I had invited Johnny to come to BronyCon because I had submitted a panel for blind commentators. The panel never went through, and Johnny was not able to come. But after he was able to come now, it was lovely to meet him, and I will talk about him after all of the footage here. Next would be Bridal Way Studios. If you don't know who she is, what she's basically has done is she is the creator of Children of Harmony. It's a radio drama that's brand new into the production, and I wouldn't have recognized her if it wasn't for her shirt that said her name on it. I was in line to go do some panel, and she was actually right in front of me, and we talked for a little bit. I mentioned how I knew the series basically from Fenrir because he helped create designs for the characters, and we had a lot of fun time. It was lovely meeting her. Next would be Night Rainbow. He is another reactor. I believe he is a lot more well known than me. I believe a lot of people know who this guy is. He's a nice guy. I got my picture with him. He has a cool mask. He was at his first convention. He's basically just a nice guy. I didn't get the chance to talk to him too much, but from the stuff that I did, he was having a fun time. And then, of course, Jack Getchman. Oh boy, this is fun. I have a whole reaction video where I talk about meeting Jack, and I will go on later after my footage and talk about Jack later in this video, but right now I'll just say it was nice meeting him for a few times. I enjoyed the Scooter Tricks panel, and then, of course, if you don't know who he is, he's the guy who created Scooter Tricks The Abridged.
Welcome, everyone, to the Movies in Pony Voices panel. I am super excited to be hosting this at BronyCon. I never thought I'd actually be able to have this opportunity to do it. So to have you guys all here, it's just awesome. So in case you guys don't know, the concept of this is that yes, we are reenacting scenes from some of your favorite movies in Pony Voices. So to go down the list, I am the Lost Narrator. I am known for voicing Rainbow Dash and Applejack, and I read fan fictions, and I have a lot of bloopers.
The best bloopers!
Yeah, start with you.
Start with me?
Yeah, go.
I'm basically BB. Most people just call me Kimmy, and I make horse noises. So you go.
The best kind of voices.
I am Nay Ritter Pony, spelled with a E-I-G-H, because it's a stupid horse spell, and I regret it every day. Oh, sorry. Hello. My name's Wildcard VA. I'm known in the fandom for doing Shining Armor stuff, and I've been in a couple Steam games and a few commercials you never heard of.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ashley H. I am a Dorito. That's basically it. I do song covers, voice acting, and I have an audio drama series called Remembrance.
I'm sure no one's ever heard of me. I'm Magpie Pony. Yes, I am known for Pinky Tails, Princess Trixie Sparkle, baby comics, and just overall being Pinky on my channel and hers. So Sure. What? Nothing. I don't know why you're over there.
Zazu is Cadence, and that's going to be Magpie, and Kimmy is narrating this one.
Long live the king! Long live the king!
Scar, the Lion King Mufasa's brother, is Mufasa's son's ceremony, which introduced him to the Pride Lands as next in line to be king. Scar stayed away out of bitterness as he used to be second in line. He captures a mouse in his paw, intending on eating it, but not before venting his frustrations.
Life's not fair, is it? You see, I shall never be king. And you shall never see the light of day. Adieu.
Mufasa's right-hand bird Zazu surprises Scar, standing close by with a disapproving glare and his wings on his hips.
Didn't your mother ever tell you not to play with your food? What do you want? I'm here to announce that my husband is on his way, so you better have a good excuse for missing
While Scar is distracted, the mouse escapes and scurries away to safety.
Now look, Cadence, you made me lose my lunch. You'll lose more than that when my husband gets through with you. He's as mad as Celestia with a hernia.
I didn't know this was the After Dark version.
Scar, annoyed with Zazu's attitude and sense of importance, approaches Zazu with a hungry gleam in his eye.
No, Twilight, don't look at me that way. Help!
Scar pounces, catching Zazu in mid-flight, trapping him in his mouth. Mufasa approaches, having seen the scuffle.
Twilight? Drop the corn dog.
Scar begrudgingly drops Zazu, who is now covered in saliva.
Impeccable timing, honey. Why, if it isn't my big brother descending from high to mingle with the commoners?
Cadence and I didn't see you at the presentation of Flurry.
Oh, was that today? Oh, I feel simply awful. Must have slipped my mind. Yes, well, as slippery as your mind is, as Shining Sister, you should have been first in line. Well, I was first in line until that little hairball was born.
That hairball is my daughter, and I didn't ask for her, okay? It's out of my booth, what can I say? But she is your future princess.
Even so, I shall practice my courtesy.
Don't turn your back on me, Twilight.
Oh no, Shiny. Perhaps you shouldn't turn your back on me.
Oh, is that a challenge?
Mufasa angrily charges towards Scar, cutting him off as he was trying to walk away. He towers over Scar in stature and strength, but Scar remains unfazed and unafraid.
Temper, temper. I wouldn't dream of challenging you.
Pity. Why not?
Well, as far as brains go, I've got the pony share. But when it comes to brute strength, I'm afraid I'm at the shallow end of the gene pool.
Scar exits.
There's one in every family, honey. Two in mine, actually. Not that I would know, because I'm an Earthman. And they always manage to ruin special occasions.
What am I gonna do with her?
She'd make a very handsome throw rug.
Kaden!
We could make her wings into a pillow. It's so downy soft.
And just think, whenever she becomes Team Mary Sue, you can take her outside and beat her.
Was that improvising or was that in the script?
I remember.
And scene.
So for this scene,
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Oh my.
we good? Good now? Much better.
It's gonna be good.
It's the live bloopers. Come on. Willy Wonka is going to be Pinkie Pie, and that's going to be voiced by Mag. Charlie is going to be Apple Bloom, and that's going to be voiced by Kimmy. Grandpa Joe is going to be Granny Smith, and that's going to be Magpie. Violet is Twilight, and that's going to be Ashley H. Mr. Beauregard is going to be Shining Armor, and that's voiced by Wildcard. Mike TV is Rainbow Dash, and that's going to be voiced by myself. Miss TV is going to be Spitfire, and that's going to be Kimmy. Veruca.
Last spot of work.
Oh, that's what that is. I thought it was feedback. Now it's actually something else.
Flash flatter.
I tried. Veruca is going to be Rayburn.
At least it's gone now.
That's going to be voiced by Wildcard. Mr. Salt is going to be Applejack, and I'm going to be voicing that character. And narrator is narrating this one.
World-renowned chocolatier Willy Wonka has opened his chocolate factory to the public for the first time in years. He has allowed 5 children and one of their parents to take a tour of his factory. By this point in the story, one of the children, Augustus Group, has fallen behind the others after being sucked into a giant chocolate vat. Mr. Wonka continues the tour as if nothing has happened.
This part's in French, and I don't speak French, but it basically means, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to go on a great little boat trip.
What's he talking about? What's that sound? I know.
Do you want to come on board, Punkatania?
It's a sign you should go down the boat. From around the corner, a large, strange-looking boat approaches them atop the chocolate river. It is powered by Oompa Loompas, Wonka's mischievous little workers. He invites them to climb aboard.
Wow, what a boat. Oh, looks good enough to eat.
That's quite a nice canoe there you got, Honko.
All I ask is a tall ship and a star to sail us by. All aboard, everybody!
Ladies first. That means you, Veruca.
If she's a lady, then I'm the lost narrator.
The sass.
You're done? Oh, that's me. Sure? Are you sure this thing will float, Honka?
With bare buoyancy, sir. Rest assured.
She's strange, very pretty and hoarse. But is she seaworthy?
Nothing to worry about, my dear lady. I take good care of my guests. Wink.
Yeah, you took real good care of that August. Sorry, thank you. Sorry. Take 2. Yeah, you took real good care of that August kid over there. That's for sure. Just don't screw it up. It's fine.
Every pony aboard. You're just gonna love this. Just love it.
Hey, Daddy, I want a boat like this. A beautiful paddle boat. That's what I want.
What he wants is a good kick in the pants.
I think I'm gonna be seasick.
Here, try one of these.
What are they?
Rainbow drops. Some of them you can spit 7 different colors.
Spitting's a dirty habit.
I know a worse one, Mary Sue.
What business you insult?
Apples!
Okay. The Wongantania boat heads into a dark tunnel.
Hang on, where are we going?
I don't know. But I don't like the looks of that tunnel up there. Hey, Wonka, I want off.
Round the world and home again. That's the sailor's way.
I don't like this ride, Daddy.
Wonka, do me a favor. Tell those little people up there to stop paddling back there.
Okay, faster!
We're going too fast.
Faster! Fine, faster!
We're gonna sink, I know it.
Why doesn't he stop the boat?
Hang on, darling. Just close your eyes and hang on tight.
What's happening? He's working faster!
What is this, a freak out?
Hey, this isn't funny, Wonka.
You can't possibly see where you're going, Ponko.
You're right, I can't.
Here it comes.
Boy, what a great series this would make.
Ponko!
This is kind of strange.
Maybe it's strange, Charlie, but it's fun. Woo-hoo! This is terrific.
How much to get off this boat, Ponko?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
I can take a joke, but this has gone on too far.
Tell that little guy to turn us around, Ponka. Right. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be sick for real.
Yes, please.
Save me, Daddy.
Oh no.
Oh, great, she's singing again.
Which direction we are going? There's no knowing where we're rowing, or which way the river's flowing. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a-blowing? Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing. Are the fires in hell a-glowing? Is the grisly reaper mowing? Yes, the danger must be growing, but the rowers keep on rowing, and they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing.
So, why isn't the boat stopping, Daddy?
Ponko, this has gone on far enough.
Wait, stop the boat. We're here.
Where?
Here, a small step for mankind, but a giant step for us. On the shore.
Let me off this crate.
Now, why don't they make TV shows like that?
Because you're a babu. I don't know.
What a nightmare.
Daddy, I do not want a boat like this.
And see. One, we have Anakin is going to be Big Mac, and that's going to be voiced by narrator. Padme is going to be Rayburn, and that's going to be voiced by Wildcard. Obi-Wan is going to be Applejack, which is voiced by myself, and narrating this lovely piece is Granny Smith, and that's going to be voiced by Mag.
Yes. I wanted.
Let me see if I got this here. Padme lands at the Mustafar landing platform with C-3PO, hoping to meet up with Anakin after he just murdered several conspirators who have sided with the Jedis.
Hey, Rayburn. I saw your ship.
Oh no.
The embrace.
Oh, big mannequin. It's all right. You're safe, Dad. What are you doing out here? I was so worried about you. Applewall told me terrible things. What things? He said that you have turned to the dark side and you killed younglings. Applewall is trying to turn you against me. He cares about us. Us? He knows. He wants to help you. Is Applewall going to protect you? He can't. He can't help you. He's not strong enough. Big mannequin, all I want is your love. Love won't save you, Pat Mayburn. Only my new powers can do that. At what cost? You are a good pony. Don't do this. I won't lose you the way I lost my mother. I've become more powerful than any apple ever dreamed of, and I've done it for you, to protect you. Give me I got this. Come away with me. Let me raise our child. Leave everything else behind while we still can. Don't you see? We don't have to run anymore. I have brought peace to the Equestria. I am more powerful than Celestia. I can throw over Thor, and together you and I can rule the galaxy. Make things the way we want them to be. I don't believe what I'm hearing. Applewan was right. You've changed. I don't want to hear any more about Applewan. The apples have turned against me. Don't you turn against me. I don't know you anymore. Big Mannequin, you're breaking my heart. I'll never stop loving you, but you are going down a path I can't follow. Because of Applewan? Because of what you've done, what you plan to do. Stop. Stop now. Come back. I love you.
You'll be one seen standing in the doorway of the Naboo cruiser.
Liar! No! You're with him. You betrayed me. You brought him here to kill me. Well, maybe, but no.
Big Mannequin reaches out and Pat Bray grabs her throat as she starts to choke.
Let her go, Big Mannequin. Let her go.
Oh, God.
Big Mannequin releases his grip on the unconscious Pat Bray as she crumples to the ground.
You turned her against me.
You have done that yourself.
You will not take her away from me.
Big Mannequin dramatically throws off his cloak.
Your anger and your lust for power have already done that.
Then Applewan does the same thing.
I got this. You have allowed this dark lord to twist your mind until now. Until now, you've become the very thing you swore to destroy.
They circle each other until the Applewan is near the Pat Bray. He places his hoof on her.
Don't lecture me, Applewan. I see through the lies of the apple. I do not fear the dark side as you do. I have brought peace, justice, and freedom and security to my new Equestria.
Your new Equestria?
Don't make me kill you.
Big Mannequin, my allegiance is to the apples, to Celestia.
If you're not with me, you're my enemy.
Only an orange lord deals in absolutes.
Only a what? Orange.
I will do what I must.
Everyone ignites his lights. Let's see a bird.
You will try.
She's taking way too much longer than me.
Big Mannequin ignites his light. See everything too. and then Big Mannequin lashes out at Applewan like the siblings they are, and they begin a ferocious sword fight. I'm doing my best to raise those two. Like this. Big Mannequin throws containers at Applewan using the force. I don't know what's the force. They work their way up the landing platform and into the main entry hallway. Big Mannequin kicks Applewan, and Applewan drops to a lower level.
Don't make me destroy you, Master. You're no match for the dark side.
I've heard that before, Big Mannequin, but I never thought I'd ever hear that from you.
The battle intensifies.
I have failed you, Big Mannequin. I never I was never able to teach you to think.
Yeah, me and Big Mannequin and everyone confront each other on the Lava River.
I should have known the apples were plotting to take over.
From the oranges! Anakin, help! Palpatine is evil!
From the apples' point of view. From my point of view, the apples are evil.
Well, then you are lost, except I'm lost, and that's not really the case.
This is the end for you, Master. I wish it were otherwise.
Your Big Mannequin jumps and flips on everyone's platform. I would pay to see that. The fighting continues until everyone jumps towards the safety of the black sandy edge of the Lava River, and he yells at Big Mannequin.
It's over, Big Mannequin. I have the high ground.
You underestimate my power.
Don't try it.
Big Mannequin follows, and everyone cuts his young apprentice at the knees. The pony's hip, and he then cuts off his left hoof in the blink of an eye. Big Mannequin tumbles down the embankment and then rolls to stop near the edge of the lava. That's really what it says, his pain scream. The Big Mannequin struggles to pull himself up off the embankment with his mechanical hoof. His thin leather glove has been burned off and he keeps sliding down into the sand.
You were chosen to be Princess Big Mac. It was said that you would destroy the oranges, not join them. It was you who was supposed to bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness.
Everyone picks up Big Mannequin's lightsaber and begins to walk away. He stops and looks back dramatically.
I hate you! I hate you! Give my son that lightsaber when he's old enough.
You were my brother, Big Mannequin. I loved you.
Probably the only true thing we heard this whole Into the lava, that's why ponies shouldn't wear clothes and it ignites. Suddenly, Big Mannequin bursts into flames and starts screaming.
I'm still dying, by the way. Just so you know.
About that, about anything related to it, everyone.
I love you.
Pretty chill. What? I'm gonna say it again, girls. Thank you. Let's go down to
I'm Reagan Murdoch. I go by Rev. I got my start doing impressions in Discord. More recently in Smite, I'm the voice of Ganesh, and in Paladins, I voiced Wickerman and Alnapa.
Hi, my name's Nick. Thank you. Thank you, Scope.
He's right.
My name's Nick. I go by Wildcard in the Venus fandom. I started off doing a bunch of my Shining Armor stuff. I worked with French's Witchcraft. And recently, I've been doing games on Steam, a couple commercials. Nothing as prestigious as this yet. We're getting there.
Oh, shut up.
I'm Jesse. I do like some festivals in anime and video games, and I do a bunch of dumb anime parodies online, so that might be where you most heard me, or maybe you've never heard any of us at all. So for anyone who really, what? That's a deep question. Who am I? Who are any of us?
And where is that fourth chaos emerald?
Can you not say that?
You can't. This is heck. All right. This is
that heck in chaos?
So yeah, I think there's like index cards or something going around where you can ask a question. I don't know. There we go. So go ahead and ask things, or we can talk off our butts for an hour. We're good at that.
It's one Jack Raptor.
Hi, everybody. So, one thing that I do is I film the panels also, and who was at the meet and greet? I know a couple of you were. So, I was looking at the time, I'm like, 30 minutes, yeah, that's doable. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this is going to be basically Q&A, and I'm going to set up some cameras right now, but what I'd like to do is have all the fantastic people joining me up here. Can we get a round of applause for these guys? While I set up just 2 shots right now, I'll have you introduce yourselves and let us know. Shots. So yeah, Dusty, you want to kick it off?
Sure, I'll kick it off. How many people don't know me? That's what I thought. Hi, I'm there, guys. Hey everyone, I'm Little Shot Fire. I'm your friendly neighborhood Jack's Blade.
Hello, I am Cecile McQueen.
I'm Paleo Snow.
I'm Saber Smart.
I'm Black Griffin.
And we are your nominees for the 2020 Republican National.
We need more guns.
So, yeah, what's going to happen after races here? Guns set. What?
Set up your damn cameras. We don't talk that much. That's your
We're
job.
not like you. We don't talk for like 25 minutes for one question. We're still waiting. So, yeah, what's going to happen is there's a microphone right there. People will line up for Q&A. Not just yet.
We should probably explain what Brony's Rap is.
Let him do it. He's the guy who runs it.
No, Saber, what's Brony's Rap?
It's this pitiful show that copied Teens React.
It's been going on for way too long.
There was this one magazine cover where I saw Race Best actually giving kisses on the cheek from the Fine Brothers. Scandalous.
Can I sit there?
Scandalous.
Cannot confirm or deny. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to have those that want to ask a question. We'll try to get through everyone's questions, but we have a microphone set up over here. And yeah, you can line up. Slowly. Questions kind of just grow.
As for my question, it's for everyone. I know you guys have been in the fandom for so many years and gone to all these Brony conventions for so many years. My question related to that is, has there ever been a panel that you would like to be a part of or would like to see later on in the future that has never happened in a Brony convention before? Because I know I have one.
What's your one?
I was thinking about having an athletic Bronies panel. Like
yeah, I like that.
Like Dusty, you, Grace, and I bet Redcar can do it.
Yeah, I'm athletic.
And all you FC.
We'll have one for the athletic one on one side and then the bad guy panel.
An eating contest.
There's been a couple, but usually those are ones that were like, well, we want to see this at a convention, so we do it. So
yeah, I'll start submitting the idea for next year.
All right, eating contest. Lots of food.
Hey, Gabe, just real curious, have you checked your Twitter notifications lately?
Yes!
Yeah, right after the thing, I just went to kind of scroll through, and I was like, oh. And some of you were very creative with your name calling. Thank you. Yeah, in case some of you don't know what he's talking about, apparently Jeff, Grace,
told everybody to tweet to me and be like, hey, the panel's starting now, where the heck are you? So yeah, I know! Where the H-E-C-K are you?
Get the HE double hockey sticks over here.
Hello. All right, show of hands, who's tired?
Because we have nothing better to do.
Hello, this is Brony Analysis Live. I am your friendly neighborhood fiery joker. Those are your exits in case of emergency are there, and there.
In case of flood.
Hey, there's a reason why I say this at every panel. It's that because something's going to happen, and you know what? Something happened. Not this time.
You didn't tell us to keep our hands inside the carpet.
But yes, if you've been to one of these panels at BronyCon, we do the same thing every year. It's basically a giant Q&A session. And so yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah.
So we got a mic over there, and I will be answering all the questions tonight.
That's fine, I brought dinner.
He's a little bit worried about the from last year.
We still tip you with silver quills.
Hey, Josh, would you like to share this ride?
This is the night, it's a beautiful night, and they call it the Bell of Morgan.
See, this is why I didn't want you guys to talk.
So Josh, I have my first
Your
question
analyzers, all you do is talk.
So my first question is, whose picture and whose picture?
Oh, Josh, you're so innocent.
We're keeping PGs in pretty good.
All right.
Introduce yourself.
You said you're on blank. So I'm KP. I love Impossible a lot. I exist on the internet.
Yeah, as you can tell from her name, she's a real big fan of Danny Phantom.
Okay, go ahead. I don't have to resort to that. So.
And I am Dr. Wolf.
I'm now self-conscious because that wasn't as big as mine, but go ahead.
So yeah, as you can probably guess from his name, he likes cats. My lady certainly enjoys cats. She's very much into cats.
Hi, I'm Finn the Pony.
Don't get him started, woman!
I'm Finch, the Punisher.
You left the knife here.
But it cuts both ways. Here, here. I couldn't cut butter with this thing.
What?
Oh, pardon
She's not supposed to be up here. I'm someone with a lot of self-esteem issues, so I make up for it by doing a lot of self-deprecating humor. So I'm all of you.
Well, nice.
I'm key frame. I look at point A, point B, everything in between. You know, you guys haven't heard that in a long time. But I'm crashing here because all these old people need a young person to bring all that.
Okay, like there's death glares coming from that end of the table, or here's the.
Alright, if you guys want to fight to the death. We have the mic. Lovely Brony.
Timothy St. Germain!
Let's go, Canada, let's go.
Let's go, Tabitha, let's go. Let's go, Tabitha, let's go. Let's go, Tabitha, let's go. Let's go, Tabitha, let's go. Let's go, Tabitha, let's go. Let's go, Tabitha, let's go. Let's go, Tabitha, let's go. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Sporty. We good? We go home now?
Thank you, everyone.
We're going to we have some staff and some celebrities with some interesting occupations and hobbies that our lovely panel here are going to be guessing. So we're actually going to start things off a little differently than usual tonight. So panel, if you could please put on your blindfolds. And let me just double check, make sure our mystery guest is ready, and they will be up for you in 2 seconds.
Sugar, if I put this on, I might not be coming back from the dark.
This is familiar. What? It reminds me of being asleep. You people.
Alrighty, and it looks like our mystery challenger is ready. Oh, mystery challenger, come on up and sign in, please. Alright, now, so we do have the blindfold business as someone who you will easily recognize. So for that, we're doing a slightly different form of questioning. You're each going to ask a yes or no question, moving clockwise.
It's a line.
Okay, yes it is, I'm sorry. Alright. You're going to move to your left and then circle back around to Tabitha when we get down to Peter on the end.
So I'm starting?
And Mr. Challenger, come on in and sit down next to me. All right, we'll begin the questioning with Tabitha St. Germain.
Is it a pony? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
So I take it you're 100% of male? Do you work for the show staff?
Down and 8 to go. And
Do we jump in with answers when we know them? When we think we know them?
you know them, yes.
No, but if I think I know who it is, am I supposed to shout it? Is it like
Go ahead. Say it one more time.
Is it Pinky?
Visible. Yes. I'm just working through this right now. Is it my turn?
It is 3 down, 7 to go.
The scribble you already won?
No.
Why? I thought we were going to the left.
I know, and then just punch me still in your ass area. Is it a filly?
Is it a what?
Filly.
That was, I couldn't tell what article that was. Was it a yes or a no? Audience, if it was a no, it was a no. So you are a pony. That doesn't count as a question. But you don't work for the show My Little Pony. But you're here at BronyCon. Are you a pony on a different show? And if so, why are you here?
I think you're only allowed to ask yes and no questions.
Oh. Are you a Pegasus?
Six down, 4 to go.
Are you an earth pony? Oh.
I think we know what's going on now.
Yeah. I hope you do.
No, I don't. I'm confused by it at the moment. Because it's someone that we'll recognize, and it's someone who is not on the show, but who is a pony and not a filly.
It seemed to have to be a grown-up unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because not a Pegasus, not an earth pony.
Not a Pegasus, not an earth pony.
Now, are you also a person?
Seems like a bonus question. Thank you. Are you from Vancouver?
No.
5 down and 5.
We don't know who's next.
You know we're blindfolded, right?
Is it Lena? With Lena Hall?
No, it's not Lena Hall.
Oh.
6 down, 4 to go.
Is it Auntie Tara? So, just a logistical question, because I don't really understand how the game works so well. But, is the person representing the person so they can...
No, this is an actual person, so you're getting a person who is the...
Is the person who is the person in the room going to... and all that?
Yes, they are in the room, it is the person. They're not dressed as a pony that you're trying to guess.
Okay.
It is a real person you're guessing the name on
Oh, so
that was my question.
Are you a community guest? Ooh, I got a yes. Okay, does that mean I get to go again? You have a guess. I get more turns? Okay. Is it lost?
Can we take our black coats off? Thank you. Just so everyone knows what was going on here, she originally supposed to be on the panel.
Is it Ingrid?
No.
Oh, hello.
Did you, did you travel here from Vancouver?
No.
I'm going to give you about 1 more minute on this.
That one sounded haunting.
I don't know, I'm a mushroom.
Whose turn is it right now? Yours. Oh, it's mine. Okay, I was like, I'm sitting here like, what am I doing? So you work for the show staff. You're female. Which question for some reason. Yeah, no, because the voices are really throwing me off. And you sing. Huh. Are you based in the United States? Maybe.
Is it Amy Keating Rogers?
Is it yes or no? Or like that was a no. For me? Okay.
So you're a Vancouverite, you are a female. You work on the show. Is your name, are your pants completely on fire right now? Is it Michelle? No, wait, I have an idea. Oh, crapsicles. Wait, I have an idea. Is it Dave and Michelle?
Right, it's a travesty.
Well, you got it. You won that because you had one more question and you got it.
Whoever hosted that show, and I forget who they are, they're rolling in their definite grave.
I don't like to be tricked.
Only treats!
I have the 3 different lines.
Introduction. Once upon a time, in the magical land of Equestria, there came an era when the ideals of friendship gave way to greed, selfishness, paranoia, and a jealous reaping of dwindling space and natural resources. Lands took up arms against their neighbors. The end of the world occurred much as we had predicted. The world was plunged into an abyss of balefire and dark magic. The details are trivial and pointless. The reasons, as always, purely our own. The world was nearly wiped clean of life. A great cleansing. A magical spark struck by pony hooves quickly raged out of control. Mega spells rained from the skies. Entire lands were swallowed in flames and fell beneath the boiling oceans. Ponykind was almost extinguished, their spirits becoming part of the ambient radiation that blanketed the lands. A quiet darkness fell across the world. But it was not, as some had predicted, the end of the world. Instead, the apocalypse was simply the prologue for another bloody chapter in pony history. In the early days, thousands were spared the horrors of the Holocaust by taking refuge in enormous underground shelters known as stables. But when they emerged, they had only the hell of the wastes to greet them. All except those in Stable 2, for on that fateful day, when spellfire rained from the sky, the giant steel door of Stable 2 swung closed and never reopened. Fallout Equestria. Written by K-Cap. Read by Jesse Nowak.
Let's give it up for Jesse, everybody.
And a special shout out to our music guy, Seventh Element. He's not here, but he did a great job on that music as well for that.
I hate listening to my own voice so much.
We'll get ready for this panel.
This panel is going to be pure torture for Jesse. I'm so sorry.
I'm just going to be beat red in half the photographs, and then half the photographs I'm fine.
So, welcome everyone to the Fall at Equestria audiobook panel. My name is Professor Starshine. If you checked out our Indiegogo when it was running last year, you probably saw a video of me as a purple unicorn telling you all about this thing we wanted to do, which was to make a professional quality Fall at Equestria audiobook. How many of you were in on that, by the way? How many were backers? Thank you so much. Yeah. Couldn't have happened without you. So what we're hoping to do today at the panel is just kind of go through, we're going to kind of have a quick overview of what the project is. We're going to go through all of us who are working on it, kind of give a status update for where the project's at, and then we've got a special treat for you all, which is a exclusive premiere, Stable 24. So if you've read Fall at Equestria, you know there's a section where kind of Calamity and Little Pip go exploring through a stable 24. We're soon going to be kind of just releasing that whole section publicly, and you're going to get a sneak peek of that today.
How many of you have never read Fall at Equestria?
Okay, we'll try not to be too spoilery.
We will try to keep the spoilers to a minimum.
I see a lot of people want to voice ball biceps. Right. So, we get started then. A little bit.
What have I done?
We are going to open this with probably the thing that a lot of us, maybe no names, are mostly known for. There's going to be a very special BronyCon exclusive blooper reel for you. Enjoy.
Warning. I miss playing with you.
That line. That line. No, that line.
In amazement, looked on. Lost has given me her inability to read.
Gotta get that ice cold
Character. Applejack, I stole your lines, darling. I hope you don't mind. I said them much better than you. Why have you got that shovel?
Get the voice cracks right because my voice is so up to begin with.
MW.exe has stopped working. Please come back again later.
I hate this story.
Where's my life?
How dare you go past while I'm recording my lines?
Did you two ponies see any ponies?
Wow, what are those? What are those? I'll see myself out now. Good night, everybody.
Drop the mic.
Best one yet.
Love you too. Thank you. That's basically a bit of a tone setter for what this panel's going to be like. We are all really tired.
Understandable.
And things happen when we get tired. So, the premise
Sirens
of...
don't get tired.
You can't be tired.
Sometimes.
You scribble, you don't sleep. This is true. Right, so... The purpose of this panel, as I said, is Screaming is the Mic, voice acting in the fandom. Now, I'll give you a brief rundown of what this panel is and what this panel isn't. This is a panel that's going to run down some basic ideas of what is involved in voice acting in the fandom, in fanfiction readings, comics, audio dramas, running projects. It is very much a very quick-fire introduction to this kind of thing. It is not a panel about horse fame. If you use the phrase horse fame unironically, we can't be friends.
Wait, are we done? Are we done? Those horse fam.
What does that make us then?
Horse fam.
It makes us community guests, truly.
There we go. That's better.
Yeah, there we go. Right, so
I am joined today by very lovely ladies up here, and we're going to give a brief rundown of who we are and why you should listen to us. My name is Scribbler. I have been doing various different fandom projects since about 2012, 2013. I have run several different big projects, some smaller stuff, and I currently work myself into the ground doing YouTube as a full-time job. I am joined by Magpie Pony.
Hi! You guys are probably all sick of me because I've been everywhere. Just in case someone out there doesn't know who I am, I'm so glad to meet you, random citizen. Hi, Cody. I do Pinky Tales on my channel, which is a series. I've also done Princess Trixie Sparkle, a whole bunch of baby noises, and I am mostly known for.
I have a Lost Narrator.
Oh, hi. I am the Lost Narrator. I am known for voicing Rainbow Dash, Applejack. I read a lot of Grimdark on my channel. I am known for my bloopers. And I am engaged to the lovely Magpie Pony.
And we have, for the first time at BronyCon, so we have an extra big cheer, I am Shadow 007. Hi everybody, I am Shadow 007 and I am known for voicing Twilight Sparkle, Pinkie Pie in some parts, and I've been doing voice acting since 2012 and I'm glad to be here for the second time. And we have a lovely Whoopcake.
I'm Webcake. I mostly spend my time over in the portal to Equestria Girls, playing Sunset Shimmer and the Dazzlings. I've been voice acting since 2011, so that's about 7 years now. Boy, I basically grew up with it, I guess.
She's the OG VA. She is. She's gorgeous. And finally we have Anna Melody.
Hello, my subjects. Funny enough, I can't actually do Chrysalis.
Wow.
But my name is Anna Melody. I've been voice acting mostly pony stuff for the past 2-ish years. I'm most known for Applejack, for Rarity Darling, and for the great and powerful Trixie. Before I say anything else, I want to give a big thank you to Scribbler for giving me a chance and pretty much helping me become the person I am in this community at the moment. I consider her one of my best friends, and I love you forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Reverb, I've got someone new now.
You might want to run. Ew.
Right, so we're going to have a quick rundown on various different topics to do with voice acting. And to kick us off is going to be Lost.
Yeah. Thank you. Hello. How is everyone doing? 11 o'clock. It's super late, but okay.
11:04, thank you.
Summer's punchy panel. We are having some technical difficulties, but hopefully we'll get those sorted out. We have.
There's one. Mics
Mics are on?
He's blocking you.
Oh God. Hello.
Before we start, I'd like to make a disclaimer. We are recording the front rows here. If you don't wish to be recorded, you can move to the wings. They're not in the area of recording. Yeah, we want you.
I want to be recorded. Alrighty, so first off, well, yeah, welcome to Scooter Tricks. Who here does not know what Scooter Tricks is, or does not? Okay, you're the heroes of society. Thank you so much for coming out here at 11 p.m. at night and everything. So this is, yes, thank you, Scope. It's really late. All right, so we have a couple goodies for you guys tonight. First, we'll make our introductions. My name is Jack Etchman. I am the producer and head writer, as I guess the cast of Scooter Tricks The Abridged.
I'm Chris, and I do Luna. Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Eric Zimbauer, co-founder of Scooter Tricks Studios, and I made that nice intro that you all get to see.
Hi, I'm Atomic Catacombs, and I'm the only British person in this entire convention. No other British.
If you are here for the Grand Gala, just stay. It'll start very soon, but it'll look a little bit different. My name's Ted. I'm one of the writers and story developers for Scooter Tricks.
Now, I forgot to mention, so sorry to the people who have never heard of Scooter Tricks or know anything about it. So this is an abridged series, and what an abridged series is you take like a cartoon or something and you take off the sound, you shorten it, cut it up, and you make your own, you dub it over. You make your own characters, your own voices. So essentially, if you know what Friendship is Witchcraft is, that's us. Except better. Way better.
Yeah! I second that. Agreed. You have the best song.
Thank you. Okay, so we have a bit of a lineup for you. Now, we're solving the technical difficulties here right now, so we have an episode for you all tonight. Brand new. No one has ever seen this. The patrons have not even seen this. So
I haven't seen this.
Neither have I.
Half of the cast
I've seen it.
here has not seen it. So it's very exclusive. So you guys will be the first to see it. Then we will have a Q&A session afterward. And after that, for the last 10 minutes, we'll have a trivia giveaway where we have a ton of neat stuff for you guys. We have some mouse pads, just custom mouse pads. You'll see those in a second. And t-shirts. We have t-shirts right here. Anywhere else? So,
talk about eye candy.
The snack.
The snack.
You can just say anything and no one can. Hello. There we go. Alright, so before we get into all that, I just want to make some couple acknowledgments and everything. I like to do that. So the team you see up here, this is just kind of the core team of Scooter Tricks. These are the people who come back over and over again. But really, Scooter Tricks is just sort of this huge collaboration of about 20 or so people who put their voices or animations into it. And I just want to say thank you all to them. Some of them are here with us tonight. We have Kitty Kitaronicus here, who did several voices, including, what was it, Dumbbell from the... Also a key member of Friendship is for Adults, for any of you fans of Friendship is for Adults.
Woo.
Yep. We also have Jared Fang out here. He's done some green screening, and right over here. And we have some Big Apple Pie, who has been an editor for the series. And yeah, that's, just want to say thank you to them. And then thank you to all of you for coming out. This is way more than we thought were going to show up. So thank you all very much.
We made bets and you beat all of them.
quite a bit.
What did you even say that? What was the lowest you bet on?
0.
You don't have to divulge that.
All right. In his second term at Hogwarts School of Hot Dogs and Wizardry, Harry Potter Peternou is warned by a Pegasus named Pickle. Will be winged when he returns to Hogwarts, besides the fact that he is still eaten by Professor Snape. Ethan Hawke and Enid. Is that right? Pickle. That's right. Ethan Hawke by Draco Malfoy. Found fellow. Harry gets off to a, number 9, so handsome start with his 2 best hot dogs, Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger. Rare. Also famous, Hot Tar Woofer. Gilderoy Lockhart, I can't frog up, has joined the Hogwarts staff and is the new defense against the fat arts teacher. But now, Hogwarts students are slowly being turned into silk. But who is the one doing this? Malfoy? Actor Hagrid? Or even Harry? But what if it's Lord Voldemort trying to make his bouncy return? That's perfect. Yeah,
Who wants Mitch to read it? Who wants Amy to read it? Who wants Forward to read it? I think Nick got all that.
I think Nick should read the zany Italian accent.
Oh, I can read it like Larry. Can you read my handwriting? That's the question. Yeah, you should read it. Give it a shot. Something in the head. Come on. It's a 99. We say another very greasy games. Nintendo's mascot, me, I'm Mario, is making more and more games that are way better than any of Sega's. Then Sega had the octopus. And they needed a Mario of their own. They had the librarian making a rabbit. They can stretch his biceps out and articulate the things. And the plan didn't go so well. They needed an animal that can defenestrate itself and hug enemies by doing only a spin. They noticed that hedgehogs have quills that defenestrate and hug. So they went to the hedgehog. This is like someone took Wikipedia and erased it. Since he was planned to be a rabbit, that's the actual sentence, we didn't do that one. Since he was planned to be a rabbit, they programmed him to run at a cheesy speed. Then in 1991, Sonic the Hedgehog was released for Sega Hedgehog. In the first year, it out-exploded Mario by 42 copies. Sonic was then known as Sega's butter. Over the years, Sonic has taken on many chapsticks. In 1998, he took on a pyroclastic style in the game Sonic Adventure. Today, Mario and Sonic are still minuscule rivals. Also, in winter 2007, Mario and Sonic will compete in the 2008 Equestria Olympics.
Crossover.
In the game, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games for the Nintendo Anti-Testosteronism. Nintendo Z Delta. Copyright Nathaniel Huddleston. See here? Honestly, my handwriting is so bad. Should I just... yeah, sorry. I want to get through as many of these as we can. This is fun, right? You guys having a good time? I'm so very sorry.
Oh, wow. We need some music.
Dear sweetheart, I lay awake all jellyfish thinking of you, your squishy smile, and our lobsters in Baltimore. Evilly, I recall our meeting. How my heart farted with toilet when I first saw you. How stinky you looked in those chartreuse socks signed by Emma Larson. And those 2 nondescript kilts on your wings. I
I cherished every moment we were together and was addled when our date came to a close. I can't say how awkwardly I regret spilling snot on your other nose. You guys think it's working? You're excruciating about it. However, for which I'm grateful. You're so beautiful when you're distraught and nervous. You're adorable most other times. Your eyes are like deep pools of liquid pride warmed in the moonlight. Your cheeks are as rosy as alicorns. Your lips are like succulent crab cakes. Your hair is pink lavender, like a triceratops and I can't wait to disqualify you again. Right soon, drunkenly, your friend Foley. Can you read that again?
I don't read it. It's fine.
Read it.
Read it. Read it. Read it. A day in the life of a college student. I don't know how to read this. Every 1,000 moons, I wake up and get off my gas. I don't always have time to smash a shower. They always say I always make sure the underlay is wet my hair. Once that's done, I get some Pikachu. And it's off to my first capitalism. I often get caught soul-sucking in class. So embarrassing, you guys. No one likes it when the flapjack flipper gives a surprise diamond dog. My second class is sport theory. Doctor Who's is incredibly, what's that word? Wait, don't say so. But I never swipe her because of her thick Hufflepuff defibrillator. Her thick. Her changelings, though, are really delicious and disemboweled. After lunch, I have no more spiders in this. And I'm free to dabble amicably with my friends. Before I go to bed, I de-pants a little bit. And then it just works out. Unfortunate muffins run super duper fast and get tired. And that's the day.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, I was thinking, how's your comp been? Awesome? Yeah, I see a lot more people dressed up today than I did yesterday, which is awesome. And I was thinking, next time I need to just do a concert. Why am I not doing a concert? Silly. So next time I'll just do a concert. You no one wants to hear me talk. People want to hear me sing. So anyway, I'm here to take your questions. Since I know a lot of people have questions, I thought it would be a good idea just to go for it and have a Q&A session with everybody. So if you have questions, I guess line on up over there and I will answer them. And I'll try not to ramble on too much.
Pressure or the challenges, and what advice would you give to other people who are, aspiring at that level? Because there's got to be some really big challenges to it.
Yeah, so Broadway is everybody's dream, A lot of people, they love to create and they love to perform, and that's the highest level of the art form that you would imagine, right? The thing that a lot of people forget, though, is that commercial theater, it requires very little creativity from the people in the show. So the only people who really get to create are the ones who are front and center usually, but sometimes they don't even get to do that because it's the director, the producers, all of the creatives, they're the ones who, I say it like as an actor, I'm a paint color. And the director and producers, they're the canvas, they're the ones sculpting the painting, right? So when people tell me they really want to be on Broadway and that's the dream and everything, I'm like, you want to create. So the first thing you do is you find your own things that you have control of, that are your own projects, your own passions, that you can pour all that creativity into, so that you're not stuck depending or relying on something like commercial theater to get that soul feed, the feeding of your soul, essentially. And then, when you're on the journey of trying to get that Broadway show, you're actually really happy and fulfilled in other sections of your life, which make it much easier to deal with the brutality of this business, right? You know, not being pretty enough, or not being a certain type, or not being skinny enough, or you know, it's just, there's so many things that come into play when you're auditioning for stuff that it gets very frustrating. So when you have your own project that you're working on that you love and that can be just your own thing, that helps balance out this other part of the industry. So, you know, for me it was my band, The Deafening, and now it's this other project that I have called Obsessed, that, you know, I get to put out music the way I want to. I get to put my creativity into things. Now I've started writing. I'm writing memoirs, I'm writing scripts, I'm doing these one-woman shows where I get to tell my story and perform, and that to me is so much more fulfilling than these commercial gigs. You know, I'm doing a TV show for TNT, which is huge for me. I mean, this is the biggest project I've ever worked on, because I'm transferring into the TV world now and trying to conquer that area, right? But again, like, I need something to balance out this project that's so big. It waits for so many people to get into alignment that I have to do my own thing. So writing, you know, I write music a little bit, but not a lot, you know, but I get to do all these different projects that keep me busy and fill my soul. And then the other stuff is so much easier to do.
Wow, good advice, thanks.
And the other thing I would say is, don't stop giving. Never give up on your dream, guys. Literally, if you, usually I see people who are really talented and then they give up and they just disappear. And I'm like, why? You're so close to getting what you want, you know, or getting there, or just having that moment of a breakthrough, and people stop usually right before the breakthrough. So I say, it's like when you have a seed planted in the garden, you can't see that seed growing. You can't see it sprouting, but it is growing. So the more you water it, you know, the more it will grow. And a lot of people stop watering it, and then it dies right before it was going to burst through the ground, you know? So just keep going, keep doing it, put those hours in. It's so worth it. And if you love to do it, then just do it. Fill your soul.
This is the line for closing ceremonies. At first, when I saw this line, it was kind of small. I was quite surprised that for closing ceremonies, this was much smaller than I would have thought. But as time went on, the line got much bigger and bigger. And yeah, we got balloons going on, you know, people were started singing. It was actually quite fun. Sadly, because of the line being long, I wasn't able to get inside at the beginning of opening ceremonies. I had to skip the charity numbers and the attendance numbers, which are on the screen right up here, so you can see what they are. But yeah, that's disappointing. But once I got inside, you got to find out some stuff, and this whole finale here.
Our head of events is Justin Yoon.
Our finance. I just got this letter in the mail, but the Rainbows want me to go on their first world tour with them as their opening act.
Guys, look at this letter! I just got accepted into my dream art school in Las Vegas. They only take 50 ponies a year and I'm in! And I start in fall of 2019.
I leave at the end of August 2019 for Manhattan to play Madison Single Garden. Oh my gosh! I'm so excited! This is so amazing! I can't believe this. Wait. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I got to put so much thought into it. I gotta plan.
All right, everyone. Let's talk about next year. Next year, we're going to make history. BronyCon 2019 will take place August 1st through the 4th, right here at the beautiful Baltimore Convention Center. You were right. It's going to be a 4-day event. This fandom has ever seen. But there's a reason we're throwing the party of a lifetime next year. Oh, no. As the curtains close on this chapter of BronyCon, we're also choosing to end the event next year. And it grew into something bigger than any of us could ever have imagined. And although we could return to our smaller roots, we feel if we did that, we would no longer be BronyCon. So instead, we want to send BronyCon out with the giant celebration it deserves. We're going to need every last one of you to join us in building one last weekend to remember. Because when we get together in Baltimore next summer, it's not just going to be for a celebration of the show. It's going to be a celebration by the community, for the community, and of the community. Of the friendships you've made, the adventures you've had, and the wonderful world you've helped bring to life. Take a look around, because every person in this room is an essential part of our community, our family, and we couldn't have done it without every one of you. So if you're able to join us, start thinking about what you're going to do to make your final BronyCon special. Start thinking about what would make it a weekend you'll remember for the rest of your life, and then do it. Help us make history, help us make memories, and help us give BronyCon the send-off it deserves. I hope you can join us in Baltimore next summer, because together, we're going to build something beautiful one last time. Thank you, and we'll see you next August.
BronyCon 2018. Wow. That was a fun year. This was a really fun experience. After having a great time as I had this year, Again, another really fun time where I was happy throughout the entire time. I wasn't thinking about, oh, like, fandom, it's terrible now, it's ending, as I was in 2016. And that got me thinking, like, so why did 2016 I did not enjoy myself as much as I had in the past 2 years? And I think a part of it is simply I was still mourning for Carell and that whole time period. I was still confused about things, you know. I still had fun times in 2016, but it wasn't the fun time. I said, you know, I spent most of my time in lines, but really, that really didn't have anything to do, because I spent a lot of time in lines this year as well, and I still had a heck of a year. So yeah, to start off this year, early in the video I said that in line at the beginning I was kind of scared that there will be less people. There was less people there. And you know, it was kind of like, oh no, I don't want to be right, you know. I've been saying for a while now that, you know, less and less people are becoming, and I don't want that to be true. I wanted this to, you know, prove me wrong, so to say, you know, so that this doesn't have to be the reality with every fandom, but this has to be the conclusion. Sadly, that's not what we have, and what we got was less people. And I'll talk about that later. I did not get recognized as a reactor this year. You know, last year I wasn't even recognized either. You know, the only people who recognized me would have been Whoop, Step Brony, Drummer Shy, Red Card, and that was only because I reacted to a project that they were involved in. Here, you know, what I really want as a reactor, is just to be recognized in public. Is like, oh yeah, you do these reaction videos, I enjoy your stuff, and I've been wanting that for the past 4 years, and I've not been able to get that, which is understandable. I mean, if you look at my channel, I only have 200 and some subscribers, but even still, I still have some 1,000 views in some of my videos, and that it is saddening, you know. It's just down to my spirits of things for how the channel is, but you know, I understand, you know, I am not the ideal reactor. I'm always the opposite of what people are looking for in reactions, you know. I can talk about this in some other video, but you know, that's just my thoughts. But throughout the entire con, I wasn't thinking at all about this. I was just thinking about having a good time. I even said to myself, you know what, I'm not going to think about how the fandom is going to be doing it. I'm just going to focus on having a good time, and I did. I had a great time. I got plushies and shirts and all that. Talk about that later. But, first things first. I got to the first line, and right in front of me was Jack Etchman, the guy for Scrooge Tricks Studios. And, you know, I think I asked him, or he asked me, you know, what line this was, and, you know, it was something, and he turns to me, he's like, "Hi, I'm Jack." And me as an idiot, not thinking, I went like, "I know. That's creepy. Very creepy." Then I explained, you know, I love your videos. I binge watch so I can remember a lot of things, and I am excited for your panel tomorrow night. And that was the gist of the conversation that we had. I didn't get a picture with him because the line went moving, and I'll get to pictures later. But yeah, later on, I I met up with Johnny Fireflame. I knew that he was going to be coming to BronyCon, and here's the story that I want to tell here. Way back for BronyCon 2016, I wanted to have a panel at this convention. I wanted to have a panel with Brony reactors. I had contacted many of them, inviting them, hey, I want to get a panel together and see if we can get this going. I had invited Potter Brony, Blank Check, Johnny Fireflame, Nature's Fury, all the reactors out there, and those were the people who said, oh yeah, I'd be interested. And then Johnny Fireflame, he's like, I can't financially, I can't go to the United States for this, so I'm sorry about that. And this was in the later year of 2015. If you've been a part of my channel for a while, this number has significance to me. 2015. And if you've been part of the fandom for a while, more specifically reactions, 2015 of that later year, that was a big time. After I submitted the form, big things happened. 1. Johnny Fireflame said he couldn't come. 2. This was the year, at this time, where channels got blocked and taken down. Potter Brony's original channel, gone. Blank Check's original channel, gone. Rarity Dash had that copyright strike, other reactors, taken down. Nature's Fury disappeared. And I believe her channel was also taken down, the first one. And to top it all off, we had that sad story with Corell, who, if he were to come, which, I had talked with him about coming this year, 2016, to BronyCon, for this panel, he was excited as well. He passed away, and so the entire lineup had nothing to show. And it was just me, at this time, a 40 subscriber reactor with no one else. The panel didn't go through, and that's just that whole thing that I never told anyone about this. So yeah, Johnny Fireflame, he knew me because I contacted him about the panel. He recognized me. He know that I talked with him, and that was fun. But Night Rainbow himself was also right next to Johnny Fireflame, and we talked to him for a bit. He was without his mask, which was kind of hard to recognize him, because I myself have never seen him without his mask. Only once. That was when he went to the hospital and he had that thing going on, which, that was years ago. And I'll talk about something in a later project that I want to go on further, but just watch out for that if you're interested. The thing with Johnny Fireflame was that I really loved being there with Johnny Fireflame. He was an interesting person. When I was interacting with him, I felt like we had this, this connection. We worked off each other really well. We didn't talk a whole lot, but the reason why I said that we were able to work off of each other really well is because we could interact without saying a single word. We can make random noises with each other, like, oh yeah, make eye contact, and do some bits, and that was hilarious. I don't feel like I had an experience like that really ever. The only ever time I do that would be with my friends during a play rehearsal. We mess up, we have a laugh, we do weird stuff, and then we keep going. That's what it felt like to me. And you can actually hear Johnny Fireflame in one of the sections in the video during the pony voices and movies with pony voices. I sat next to him, and you can hear him laughing, you can hear him talking, and that's the closest thing to a reaction collab I'm ever going to get close to. And I enjoyed myself. We had a great time. It was fun, and that was the only time I had with Johnny Fireflame. I went off to somewhere else, and that was it. I saw him a couple times, but we never really interacted a lot more after that. Going on to autographs, you know, I had a great time this year with autographs. Most of my autographs went really quick. Lena Hall is a different story. Saturday morning, I went straight to her autographs, and I waited in line for 4 hours. She was only going to be there for 1 hour, and I knew that the line would be heckishly long, and there was another panel at that same time that I wanted to go to. So I decided, hey, I'm just going to wait a few hours so I can be up front in line, and I was the first 5 people there, and yeah, that was good on me. But here's the thing, 4 hours sitting on the ground. So what I did is, for the first hour and a half, I Skyped with Matthew, another friend of mine, which you probably, if you've seen the podcast, you know, he's a big person there. We just Skyped, you know, we had fun, you know, he can hear con noises. We talked about, hey, they're confirming Half-Life 3 in the panel the next room. I'm like, yeah, sure, this is a TF2 panel we're talking about, and they're announcing Half-Life 3. Fun times like that. Emma Larson came up to Lena Hall's autograph booth and started signing her hand sanitizer, tissue box, water bottle, and then, you know, she had like papers that she would sign and give to people who didn't have stuff for her to sign, and he just signed that. And, you know, it was funny. Larson is a funny guy. Oh, yes. When I was getting autograph for Larson, you know, I had this Obama, you know, like hope type thing that said thanks. And Larson laughed because he had never seen that before. And I had an extra copy and I gave it to him. And you can actually look on his Twitter and see that thing that he got a picture with. He gave me his phone so I can take the picture. Now that I'm thinking about this, I held Emma Larson's phone in my hand. Other people can say that as well, but it's like, I don't really think about that, you know. That's really cool. Yeah, nothing else I can say about that. Brightaway Studios. I was waiting in line, met with her. I recognized her t-shirt, and he was like, hey, you're from Children of Harmony, and she's like, oh my goodness, you recognize my show, and I'm like, yeah, I knew about her show very early in development. Fenrir, when he was here in 2016, he was hired on by meeting her at the convention 2016, and he helped design the characters. He was involved in the early process. We talked about him, me and her, because like he's no longer a part of the project, you know, they lost touch. And, you know, we talked about respect with him and how he did his thing. And it was fun, it was interesting. The show is still early days, only 3 episodes. You know, she talked with me about how long the series is, how much she has, some things she has planned, you know, things that she says that she can't tell me. I have to watch the show for. And, you know, that was fun, talking with a content creator, and I think it was fun for her to have someone recognize her for her show. And I'm glad to give her that, you know. It was like in 2015 where I met Potter Brony, and I was the first fan that he interacted with for him, and he said that in his 2015 video, and I felt so happy for him that, you know, he was like, I have a fan out there, and he said hi, and that's what I felt with her, you know. It was great for that. I love to make people happy. It's something that, you know, I enjoy doing, and I was glad that I was able to do this here. thinking through what's going on this day, I can't remember a whole lot without checking my schedule. I know Tabitha St. Germain had her script reading thing, which I did not record because way back when they did this, you know, you weren't allowed to record because they were using pony voices in this, and you know, Hasbro copyright. I looked in this and other people were recording this, but I didn't because I wanted to respect Hasbro, and that, you know, they told me not to do this years before, and I'm going to respect that now. But that was a fun time, interesting script and whatnot. I don't remember what else I did besides the Scooter Tricks panel. On the Scooter Tricks panel, interesting time is that, you know, when I got to the line, what we had was Night Rainbow, who waited there for 2 hours, you know, at the front. Right next to him was Potter Brony, and then me. I chuckled a bit with that image of just like 3 reactors right in front, and then the rest people who also watch the show. Even though I'm just a really small reactor compared to those 2 wonderful people. And so yeah, and what happened is, while the line was coming in, Jack Getchman's father, Ted, who writes for the show, he comes out and starts greeting people and shaking their hands, thanking them for coming. And that, for me, was a very, very interesting experience. You know, I gained a lot of respect for this series here. You know, I had never seen a content creator come out and do that at BronyCon, and that right there is very, very respectable for me. I grew up, you know, with my father, and you know, he would do something like this, and you know, when we had to greet them for coming into church, you know, for the morning, like, say hi. You know, we're giving you a service today, you know, I gotta meet you, like, cause we have this one-on-one thing. And that reminded me a lot when Ted did this, because to me, him doing this, it showed me that he had a love, respect, and faith in his son in this series, and he wanted to thank everyone for enjoying this series and coming here. And that right there just shows how much, you know, they love their own stuff and they love the fans who enjoy it. But just by coming out, saying hello and shaking their hands, I gained a lot of respect for this show now. A lot more respect than I had. I had a lot of respect for it. Now, it's a grand respect, you know, because it just for that one small thing of shaking someone's hand, it makes a big difference, especially in the world today. You know, people, they don't do that kind of thing. They want to get things going. They don't want to waste time on personalizing things. So taking the time to go and make this thing a personal thing for you and for the people coming, it's a great deal of respect to have going on, and I cannot thank you guys enough for doing that. The Scooter Tricks panel was great. We had a new video. I recorded my reaction to it. You can check that out when it comes out, or if it's already out. And also, at the end, we had a trivia about Scooter Tricks. I answered the first, I think the second question or third. I believe it was the second question, and I got this lovely shirt for it. Now, I'm too fat to wear this shirt. However, if I were to put that on, it's a bit form-fitting, you know, a little bit tighter than what this is. And, you know, I am losing a lot of weight. It's great. And so if I lose a lot more, I can wear that. And I'm excited to wear that more often because I do love Scooter Tricks. It's a great series, and I'm glad I got to have the shirt because it really means a lot to me. After the panel, I got a picture with Jack Getchman, and I'm really disappointed that the picture is blurry as heck because, oh man, Jack Getchman was the one person that I wanted to get a picture with this con, you know? To thank him for this series, it's... And then, of course, he's the one person I get all blurry. After meeting these other people by chance and, you know, not expecting them to be here. And then the person that I did expect and I wanted to meet, the one person that I really wanted to get that picture with, which I got a picture, but hey, it's blurry, which I can live with, but it's still kind of sad. And yeah, that was a fun night. I recorded reactions in the hotel room the past 2 days, the first 2 days, and you know, it was fun, it was great. You can see those reactions when they come out, but overall, had a good time with that. Moving on to Sunday, the first panel that I wanted to go to was the No You Act, where the audience members would have to act, and that was something that I was really interested in going to, and sadly enough, I did not get to go, because as soon as I showed up, the people in charge said, sorry, this panel is cancelled. Shoot, I really loved it. I didn't get to go to Hooves Line this year, because I had another panel that I wanted to go to, and yeah, I can watch it online, but you know, I don't get to record the footage, which honestly, that's great, because the reason why last year the video was so long was because of Hooves Line. It's still going to be long because of other things, but yeah, Hooves Line, you're the blame for last year being long. I did some stuff that day as well. I didn't really meet that many new people to take pictures with, and that was fine. I don't remember anything significant, so I've talked a lot about what's going on, and I think it's time that we talk about the end of BronyCon here. So, after the charity auction, which we had a lovely event where a guy paid $5,500 for a charity item that he himself put into charity for, which was interesting. Going into the line, it was long, and I thought, hey, yeah, this is a big line. Maybe I was a bit wrong for this, but it still felt like it was kind of small and short than usual, which worried me a bit, but as the thing went on, it was kind of big. Big to the point where, you know, I missed, you know, attendance number, the charity number, because we were still going into the room. The line was still filling in. I'm disappointed that I missed that, but I got to see, you know, their final announcement. And I want to tell you how that went out. You can see the actual footage that I filmed. I want to explain to you what went on through my mind as I saw that. So we have, you know, the mascots coming out, and by the way, the main event mascot, I think they have a different person for her. She just looks way different, and I know, it kind of bugs me, because I had the same person the past 3 years, and this year it looks like a brand new person, and it's kind of interesting. They don't have the same chemistry as before, and it has, you know, Hoofbeats and a Blank Canvas both getting a letter that they got introduced to their classes. And you know, when this started out, I thought, like, what is going on here? What is this dumb thing? And then they mentioned, oh, I'll be going in fall 2019. As soon as I heard that, I knew exactly what was going on. You know, I was not surprised at all that this was going to happen. You know, before the con this year, I've been talking with my mother, and I said, I want to go to BronyCon next year, and if I do that, it will be my last BronyCon to go to, because I'm in college, I want money, I want to have a last hurrah to go. And, you know, I said, the con is ending soon anyway, so I want to get there before that sad time. I didn't realize, really, that this would be the time, but as soon as that line happened, I knew, oh, they're really doing this. They're really doing this. This is it. Other people around me, I think, made the same connection, and they said, wait, what? And, you know, that skit ends with, you know, mid-event standing by herself and sad, and it leaves. And then the con head comes out. And then she says, hey, next year, 4 days. Everyone cheers. And I thought, well, crap, you know, that's a lot more money for the hotel. But another thing is, man, that is cool and all, and I know there's a but coming. This is 4 days. Why would they do 4 days? I'm waiting for the announcement to come, and then she says, but next year will be the final BronyCon. That kind of hits hard. Not as hard because I had expected this to happen. I was not surprised that this was the outcome. You know, I had known that eventually this would be what was happening. And I guess the reason why it does surprise me is because I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to be there when that happened, you know. I didn't want to feel that emotion. I wanted to just end it on my own terms. But hey, you know, they're making this grand experience, this final last hurrah, that would be great, and I would love to go to it. You know, I would love to go next year. I'm not sure if I can because of money and all that, but I will try my darnest to go, because I want to be there to say I've gone 5 years in a row, and I was there at the very end. After the con, I was disappointed. I was disappointed in myself because I knew this was going to happen. And I'm disappointed that I knew this was going to happen. You know, I wish I did not know this was going to happen. It would have hit me harder, but, you know, stuff like that has been a central part of my reactions to the show and all, where it's like, this is ending soon, we gotta get things going, the fandom is dying, and, you know, that has just been in my head for this, and throughout this entire weekend, that wasn't a part of my experience, and then at the end, and that's how you end your convention right there, it's like, hey, this is the last con next year, see you next year, that's the end of the con, right there, and, it saddens me that I was able to see this coming, you know, from years ago. I knew that this was going to be the case. I made a video saying how the Brony fandom would end, and this is one of them. Not the very last, but I knew that this con would end, and later on, the fandom will start to fade. As I was leaving, I can look around and I see people were bummed out. Some people were crying. And you know, for me, I'm just thinking, why are you crying? This is just a convention, and I understand. You come here each year, and you meet your friends there. You have a great time. But I understand change and moving on. I've had to move on from a lot of things in my life that makes me sad. And this is another one that I have to live with. And I don't know what to think of this. I asked people, you know, hey, what was the attendance number? And I believe it came out to be 4,200 or 5,200 or 5,400, around that time. And again, I was quite surprised because you wouldn't be able to tell that with the room that big. But you know, last year we had 6,000. I thought we had a lot more. This year we had less, and it's like, well, crap. I knew this was probably going to be the number. I even said that to myself beforehand. It's like, so let's see. We had 10,000, then we had 7,000, 6,000, it's probably going to be 5,000 or 4,000, and it is. I don't know, I just need to end this off in a different way. I had a great time this year, throughout the con. It was fantastic. I loved every minute of it. I got lovely plushies, I got a lovely shirt. I had the very last Gari that Trish Forshner is going to be selling, and I got it. And that was fantastic. She said, "Thank you so much. You know, after this, she's going to be gone forever, you know. I'm putting her away in storage." And so I had a great time. I had lots of hats that you'll see in my reaction videos. I got to meet other reactors. I had a great time, and I can only say I wish I can go next year so I can be there at the end and have one of the best times I can ever have. And I think that's going to be what I'm going to have to say here. I'm not going to rank my BronyCons this time around, you know. Like I said before, 2015, your first time is usually always your best, and that was my case. But hey, I had a heck of a time. It was fantastic. I can't really express a lot more how much I had fun with this, and I'm gonna end this video here in this way. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I can see you all next time. Bye.